What's up, Shark Tank Casting? My name is Dean Wright. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I design apps and help businesses grow their revenue by leveraging digital marketing. Today I'm here to talk to you about Base, buy and sell everything. Base is the first app I launched last year that serves as a mobile marketplace for college students to safely buy or sell any product, service, or host a ticketed event on our platform. Today I'm trying to give away 7% of my company in exchange for $300,000. The money will be used to bring on more human capital and scale our business up as we penetrate more schools. Alright, Shark, so I'm going to tell you a quick little story about myself. It was back in my sophomore year in college. I was a broke college athlete. I didn't have any money. Naturally, I'm going to go to Craigslist, try to sell my laptop. I go to school in inner city DC, and I get set up and almost robbed at gunpoint, alright? But at the same time, it inspired me to go out and make Base, okay? I didn't want that to happen to any other students, and I wanted to make it really easy for college students to make money so they could stay in school. So, not only did we want to make a platform that facilitated products like books and TVs, but we also wanted to take advantage of the time that students had and the skills that students has to deliver food, tutor, make clothes, and give haircuts, all these other things they can do to make money, right? And even get paid for hosting the parties that they do. All right, so pretty much the way it works, anyone can come on the platform, but if you register with the EDU address, we'll give you a verification check, and then that way you know you're dealing with a verified student. If that's not enough to feel safe, we also process all payment for you, so you don't have to worry about bringing cash to a transaction and opening up any opportunity to get robbed, like I did. Okay, so as far as development, we did our beta launch last fall. We launched in the DMV area, and it went pretty well. We learned a lot, got a lot of great information. One kid made $700 in 2 days. We got on ABC7 News, and we processed over $18,000 in transaction volume. We made it over about $4,000 in revenue just from Q4 of last year. Alright, Shark, so here's why we're different, okay? Earlier I said we're a marketplace for products, services, and hosted ticketed events. That's a lot. Not only do we support all three of those forms of commerce and transactions, but we're also niched right now currently for the college market. The number one way, though, that differentiates us is the safe environment and processing of payments that happens. Here's how it works. Say you see this cool leather jacket on Base, right? And you're like, oh wow, it's really nice, I want it. I'm trying to sell it for $200, all right? You, as the buyer, you're gonna see this jacket and you're gonna reserve it for $200 right now. You send $200 to Base in our escrow account and it's being held in escrow. I, as the seller, get notified of this, and now me and you can safely meet up and fulfill the transaction. Because you've already reserved and sent your money away, you have no motive to rob me, right? You didn't bring this $200 to the transaction, and I have no motive to rob you. Now this gives you the opportunity as a buyer to examine my jacket, make sure it fits, make sure I'm not trying to rip you off, and if you're happy, you just tell the app to confirm the payment, and then that sends the money to me. If you're unhappy for any reason and you find out I'm a weirdo, then you can just return the money from Base back to you and you'll get it back. So that's how we're stopping people from getting robbed and just alleviating any anxiety and fulfillment. Alright, Shark, so why are we all here? Monetization, money, revenue streams, okay? Let's talk about them. So currently we have 4 revenue streams. Our bread and butter is a simple commission that we take because of this safe environment that we set up. It's just the simple, transparent pricing of our payment processor, which is Braintree, 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction from both the buyer and seller each time one is fulfilled. Second revenue stream. All of our listings look the same right now. If you want, as a seller, you can make yours stand out a bit, make it a little bigger. Maybe you have a neon glowing sign or a star. If you close a transaction on that embellished post, then we'll take an extra $1 or something for that. Third revenue stream, which I think has the biggest potential to make us a lot of money, is our what I call billboard listings. So right now, all of the listings are listed in chronological order. If you want, you can pay X amount of dollars per hour to have your listing always stay at the top for however many hours. Think of like Google AdWords. This can turn into a Google AdWords bidding war of any company trying to break the barrier between the real world and the market to the college students, fighting for this top spot. Fourth revenue stream. Once we start processing enough payment every month, we can have a hedge fund company execute day trades and shorts on the money sitting, waiting to be processed. So, last year beta launch, about $4,000 in revenue. One thing we learned is, we focused on so many schools, but since we're trying to build a marketplace, it's better to focus on one school and build a bunch of users in one economy rather than spreading them out over these 5 or 6 micro economies, because to make a marketplace valuable, you need a bunch of sellers selling things that local buyers are looking for. Okay guys, so back when I was in college, my co-founders and I had each invested about $8,000 of our own money into this app. I mean, we used to leave class to go do Chick-fil-A sales on campus just to make some extra money and raise to invest in this. Like, I used to get sandwiches wholesale for like $2.25 from Chick-fil-A, bring them back to campus and sell them for like $5 each, and we make like $300 each time. It was a grind. We were really lucky and fortunate to meet an angel investor who helped kind of, get us in a little angel friends and family round to kind of get us to the MVP level. But since then I've learned so much. I've learned how to design and prototype myself now, really good at product management with the engineers and making sure we follow agile sprints. So regardless of what happens with this, I've learned from this experience to the point where I'm now helping other individuals and businesses do the same thing, and I'm getting paid for it. So what we're doing, we're only going to get better at. Okay guys, so welcome to Base. So pretty much I'll use this to show you guys how you can buy a product and how we're unique in the way we fulfill transactions in person. So this is just an onboarding tutorial. Get the user on the app right away. And then after about 8 seconds, we'll show the user this interstitial screen with our scholarship and try to get them to share as a viral loop. So now let's click on some beats, click on an item. As a user, I can buy it. Right now, this is onboarding, so we're demonstrating the gradual sign up we use. Users adding their payment information for the first time, just to not onboard everything right away. So now they're reserving. Here's the merchant fee, our commission, just a confirmation screen. The money's in Base now, so now they've reserved the item. This is just a tutorial showing the user how they can confirm the payment once they meet in person like that. Release it to the seller and leave a review. So that's pretty much the bread and butter, guys. Alright Shark, so now I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about myself, okay? So I used to be 280 pounds and I used to play football for Howard University. That means I know all about hard work, discipline, and what it takes to get real results. I actually am also fortunate enough to have flown and landed an airplane before, okay? My grandma likes to throw crazy surprises at me, and luckily I handled that well too. You guys heard about how I almost got robbed at gunpoint. Keyword was almost, because I was crazy enough to not let it happen. Alright, so I'm a very passionate person. So when I graduated college, I had a full-time job and I accepted it. I worked a 9 to 5, I was doing project management, and I wasn't passionate about nuts and bolts. I was doing project management for an industrial supply company. It was whack. But someone had faith and believed in us enough to pursue and execute this dream, and he heard the passion in our voice. And once he believed in me, then there was no reason for me to stay at somewhere I was unhappy and not go follow my dream full time. So I left my job to start Base and go on this journey. I'm somebody who's always going to be, self-ruled, and I'm passionate at the end of the day, guys, about just growing something. I like to build and grow. I like to watch things grow from a seed to a tree. Pokemon, I always used to play with Pokemon, train them up from like level 2 to level 100, and even modern day Clash of Clans with my little tiny village and making it huge. I just like growing stuff. So this is what drives me. This is what I'm intrinsically motivated by. So give us a shot. We're just broke college students. Well, that's what I said last year, but not broke college students anymore.